All right. Some people are calling these endgame. Like legit are saying that the HE5se's, which look like HE400s, like back in the day, but they're not. They're new. But are they? And then I had to have them. I had to know, and no one was offering to me. So I went and I found this used pair on Amazon. I got them for $260. And they cost new. If you go to Amazon now, and the link in the description, and you go to like other sellers, they're like $500. That's this many. And I've had to contemplate this for a while because I have to tell people who are calling this headphone their endgame that I don't like it, like nearly at all, like compared to a lot of things. So let's do that. Hi everybody, I'm Zeos. I don't like the HE5se's. Wallpaper in the description. So I got them, and I got them used. And let's before everyone comes down on me, like, this is a used pair. I mean, someone had them and someone sold it. They didn't like it. So maybe I got a bum. All right, maybe I got a bum. All right, there's no guarantees I didn't get a bum. Every review I do. I love my HE5se. Took them from CanJam. People are saying they don't like their HE5se as much as it seems like I like mine. I've only heard one pair of HE5se. So I judge my whole review on that. And I've only heard one pair of these. So I judge my whole review on that. I heard a pair of HD800s today that I liked more than any other pair of HD800s. Was it a magic pair? He did the SDR mod, but was there something else about it? These are the problems. I don't have 40 pairs of these and I can sit down and... But now that I've gotten the Ricer excuses out of the way, I do not enjoy listening to music on these. Let's assume this is what everyone else is hearing. And I'm not alone. And I had a guest here, and he put these on. He agreed with me. It's like, yeah, no, something's wrong with it. He just said, something's wrong with that. That's it. Review done. Joe's going to write my reviews from now on. Something's wrong with that. And we had my desk filled to capacity with headphones on tube amps and the other tube amp and this with multiple DACs and the SP200. We were going nuts. And then these came out and it was like, oh, what's wrong with those? So here's the thing. Before I bought these, I bought these. As smooth as a James Bond villain. Sundaras. And I figured this would be a good comparison. These are like $350. They were a little bit more than that at one time. And these are $500. But you find them on sale for like $4. So that's like $50 apart. And they use the exact same headband. Right? So then why is it that this one feels quality and new and smooth and quiet and clicks smooth? And then HiFiman, this is like it's literally, you could see the metal disintegrating under it. And I know I got a used pair, but this is not an old headphone. This is not a 3-year-old headphone someone was using. I've had this pair for just as long. And like 1 or 2 little squeaks, little baby squeaks. This just feels like a better headphone build than this by a long shot. And it's, I guess we're just going to point that out as HiFiman. Oh, HiFiman. At it again. Let's look at the build for a second. I don't even know if it came in a case or a box. I don't. Oh, actually, it did right there. Hold on. Up. Yes. Give me. Give me. And one thing I noticed when I unboxed this, I remember, is like, usually headphone box is this, but this one's sideways. So let's blow off the dust. Oh my god, it has a velvet womb. What's in here? Anything that I've missed? Alright, it's got an adapter. Okay, that's it. I didn't miss much. The wire. It isn't as bad as the Edition XX. That's the worst wire that has ever existed, that clear one. But you could just see it's not quite the best quality of wire. Like, it's just, I like long splits. I do. But it's a janky long split. And I've tried to straighten it out. It's rubberized. It's like a rubbery wire. So, and it's also short as fuck. You're selling me a $500 planar. Open back. With a portable cable. No, I know. It's the same goddamn length as the Edition XX. And that, HiFiman, I don't know what... Maybe they just assume everything's a portable headphone. But I think something that's in this price range, in this build, with this configuration, you wouldn't give us like a 48-inch wire with a right angle head. This is not a good desk wire. I mean, I'm using it. I'm pulling it off. I'm putting that back in the 789. The connectors are 3.5 millimeter, labeled in green and red. You could see like the screw terminal for that. I mean, I think we could all agree. Can we all agree that this looks better than this? Like, just straight up, it's thinner. It's got a more modern grill pattern. The pads are, other than being filled with cat hair, identical. I think they're identical. Yeah. HiFiman is using the exact same pad, so I'm not pad swapping either one of these. And what I did to prep for this is I put these on before, and I put them on other people, and I got other opinions. And then I keep seeing them pop up. Oh my God, folks, got my end game, HE5se's, and I take them out again, and I listen. I'm like, maybe I missed something. But after today's session, after today's hardcore session, I decided that I had to do the review, get it the fuck out of the way. I got the sound demo done. The sound demo for this is hilarious. When you see it in the description or tomorrow, you'll understand. Because something about the way the magnets were fucking with this that I couldn't get that to work without, like, I had to do a thing. And then I had to fuck with it in post. And it actually sounds pretty good afterwards. These have an uncomfortable nasal phase issue. On their own. Just says, like, on their own. Like, I put them on, I'm like, what is... Like, I literally put them on and go... Ooh, I make the face. You can't actually see my face, but there, I found this wallpaper because she's making the face that I make when I first put them on after like a long session with any other headphone. It's like the, ooh, what's wrong? Ooh. So I set up my desk here just now. I got 3 headphones, roughly 350, quote unquote 500, and I got the blonde B20s, which people are giving shit. And you come here and you give them shit in my house, baby. Because those live on my wall. But I've been just switching between these 3. And I'm not paying attention. That was my last thing. Every time you put on a headphone, when you're a headphone reviewer, and you put on a headphone and you're paying attention, that's like worse. That's like watching a pot of water try to boil. It's not natural. What you need to do is you put a pot of water on to boil and then go look at Playboy magazine. Well, not new Playboys, old vintage ones. Or just reorganize your fucking encyclopedias. Or clean the cat litter box. Something else, then the water's boiling. So what I did is I got my phone. This is my phone, my entertainment box here. Yes. I got my phone. I sat here and I put these on. And when I got bored of hearing them, I took them off and switched to something else. And then I forgot to switch back. And then I put these back on. All right, I'll listen to these. And I just started with my phone, and I'm like, next track, next track. Off, then these. I love both these headphones. Both of these headphones live on my wall. Both of these headphones are planar open backs. And both of them are within $100 of this, roughly. I will listen to either one of these forever. Just put them on my head, and I'm good. I'm good now. I'm good now. This is like a fucking snowcat on a tropical island on a beautiful mountain road. It's like the wrong headphone. It always feels wrong. Something it's doing, I don't like. Now, that said, I'm sort of hating on it because I want to love my Sundaras more, and I think more people need to understand the Sundaras are great. When I did this comparison, these are not the same sound signature even in the slightest as these. These are completely different ball game, different sport. If I was going to compare the two planars, it would be against the blondes. Because these actually, Not super wide soundstage, not really super wide soundstage, but enough. So they have that going for them. Then this is light bass with like a very delicate treble. And this is very in your face with low end and treble and everything. And so are the blondes, but the blondes do it all better. They just do it all better. Everything I want. If you close my eyes, and these were exactly the same headphone magically, they were just some sort of generic headphone model, and the only thing that changed was the sound, not the comfort, not the build, not anything else. 100 times out of 100, I'd take this. This is just a more pleasing sound. Fuck measurements. I'm in my own patronage chat, the one that I announce at the end of these videos. Oh, $10 patrons get to hang out with me. 195 people in there right now. We're going to purge it soon. I start seeing measurement graphs show up. And that's like if you're a school teacher and you see little Timmy passing around notes and you open it up and it's a picture of a vagina that he drew. It's like, this is not good for you. Well, actually, I don't know. That would probably be fine. But I can't think of a good analogy of that. So just run with me on this. Don't worry about measurements. I can't show you a measurement graph of a torque curve of a car, and then you know that you hate that car. Oh, I won't like that car. The torque runs too low. But you haven't sat in it, or smelled the car, or listened to the tire noise, or found out how much cool stuff you can fit in the glove compartment. You've got to get there. And I know it's hard to say that. I'm Zeus. I literally get there all the fucking time. Like Doug DeMuro, and Pasta doesn't like Doug, but I like Doug. And I'm always like, quirks and features, headphones, quirks and features. It's literally, I am the Doug DeMuro of headphones. And I've touched them all. And there's so much more to it than just some fucking random specs. These don't fuck up like these do. They all have their little fuck ups. Everything has its little fuck up. These don't have enough bass. And these maybe have a little bit too much bass, and they're kind of heavy. But those are like supplemental. These actually, I don't like listening to them. Here, I'll put my music back on. Because I get very forgetful. I'm so old. I'm so old. I'm not the Beatles, though. It sounds like, are you ready? I'm re-energized with my hatred. It sounds like there are some very good studio monitors right here in front of my face, turned backwards. What the fuck is that about? Like if I put this on, same exact song, same volume, hell, in the same amp, which by the way I checked, and apparently the 789 will run 2 of these at the same time. Take those exact same studio monitors with the exact same quirks and measurements and bass and treble, and then turn them forward again. What is wrong with you? Why do you do this? I can't even describe properly what that effect is. It's like an out of phase muddleness, but then they're trying to recorrect it back into phase and presenting it to you, and it's like, it makes my skin crawl. I wasn't gonna hate on them super hard, but I'm having a bad day. So I'm gonna fucking destroy these. Alright? I'm sorry. If you have them and you love them, I apologize in advance. Enjoy the Qkey wallpaper. You can crop these for your phone, by the way. One thing that my friend says, oh yeah, I don't have a vertical monitor. No one does. But all of these wallpapers that I use that are available in the description and available on my Patreon for $2 a month if you want to sign up for that, perfect croppable for wallpapers on your phone. HiFiman and I have a very strange relationship. I'm going to tell you a story about CanJam real quick. Let me just, hold on. Put those back on. They have moments where they sparkle. And I'm talking not just about these headphones, but HiFiman in general. Both things. These headphones, right now, Sarah Kay stars from Stockfish Records. I have nothing to complain about. That bass note was a little bit weird. Like it happened and it was firm, but it was like backwards. But you can't tell in a subwoofer if it's backwards. So it's like, all right. She's singing right in the dead center of my brain. The guitar licks are prominent and clean sounding. But if I do this exact same thing on this, which I've already agreed is like the same flavor, aiming for the same flavors as that. Ah! It's infinitely, if you've ever had a friend who said, oh, I don't think headphones make a difference, even though these are both planar, both open back, in roughly the same price range, if you played this one for them and then this one for them, they'd all know that good and bad headphones exist. This is wonderful news. Usually you have to like listen to Beats, and then Beats have more bass. But these are like perfect examples of the good, the bad, and the well, you're not ugly at all, baby. It's fine. HiFiman story. Sorry, got off track. HiFiman invited me up to their hotel room at Can Jam. No, it wasn't sexual. There was a couple other dudes in there who review headphones and speakers and things. And they wanted to show us their Bluetooth speaker. HiFiman has a Bluetooth speaker. And they didn't maybe sign an NDA so I could talk about this all I want. And they put it down on the table, and it looked like an alarm clock. Like surprisingly like an alarm clock with an angled face. And I saw 2 drivers in there right behind the metal grill. And it was heavy. And they turned it on. It was mono. They weren't even trying. Even with a singular unit. Every Anchor power supply, power brick, tries to do stereo. So they did just anything. Any stereo. That's what we do with 2. They had 2 front-facing speakers, and it was mono. And I asked the dude, is it mono? I said, yes, it's mono. They asked me like legit, and I don't think they brought it out yet, so maybe they actually took my advice, because I mean, I do have quite a large, substantial following. But I'm going to tell this story regardless, because hopefully they listen. So they give you a mono Bluetooth thing, which is very directional. It wasn't like the speakers were on an angle or was trying to shoot up like mini rigs do, where they give you a fill in the room, or there was like 19 drivers all around to give you like a sense of surround. It was just 2 drivers pointing forward, and they were recessed into a thing with a metal cage. And there was there was on the back of it a, what's that thing called that's on Manitous and my subwoofers? Passive radiator. Got it. My brain still works, it's fine. So I described the front. Let me describe I went to pick it up, right? And I go and I grab the back, and that's where the passive radiator is, and I crush the passive radiator, and I'm like, who designed this? There's no handle. You have to pick it up like I don't know, I was going to say like a cheese, but I don't pick up cheese like this. You pick up a gold brick like this. Because if you grabbed it like it's designed to be grabbed, you crush the back. So it's mono, you can't pick it up, it weighed 1,000,000 pounds, and then the worst part was, it didn't sound very good. Like you had to sit right in front of it, because there was no angularity to it. And then as I turned up, I asked, could I Bluetooth to my phone? Bluetooth speaker. I have FLAC on my phone that I could send over Bluetooth. I put Run the Jewels on, because let's see if this thing has kick-in low end. I mean, it's mono. It's got 2. Soon as I went past a gentle whisper, straight distortion. Straight. Like fucking right into a wall. Death. And I went, what? And he said, no, we don't limit it. We don't limit it. It's up to the user. We don't want to impede on the quality by having any sort of DSP limiters. And I looked at him and I went, look, I seriously sat down with this guy. He seemed like a nice guy. But I'm like, look, you need to do several things. Make this stereo, make it so you can't crush the back, and for the love of God, put in DSP limiters so it doesn't sound like it's exploding when Joe Blow buys this $600 Bluetooth speaker. Why the fuck are these $500? And more importantly, here, let's go to the thing. Give me mouse control back. Here they are. No sellers, right? Because there's available from these sellers. You click it, the list pops out. These are all new. $368 is the new, as cheap as you can get it. $368. Same exact price as that, basically. Or $500, $500, $500, $527, $550. These are not worth $500 fucking dollars. I don't think they should be sold. I think there's something wrong with them. Moving on. My orders, I paid $260 for the used set. This set that will be in this yard sale. By the way, yard sale, $5 patrons get into the yard sale. Anything I've bought and then I'm going to sell, or anything company sent to me I'm going to sell, or anything people have sent to me and said, here, I don't need this anymore, put it in the yard sale, that I sell and put towards the channel. 1st to the 10th of every month. This will be in the yard sale. And maybe I'll make $260 back, but not after this review. So here's the Sundaras, $339. It's actually on sale right now because it's Cyber Monday, or it's about to be end Cyber Monday. So here's my question. If these are not worth $500, because the older style build, I love the headband. This whole thing feels great. Everything works smoothly, and it's comfortable, and it's quiet and doesn't creak. Yet this is the exact same thing, and it's the worst. So then I look here, they have the HE5se, exact same cups, exact same pads, exact same headband. They want $1,000 for it, essentially. $973.40, final offer. And I just look at that and go, this is that $600 Bluetooth speaker that I listened to, that I couldn't, like, I was in awe that a company would bring people up to look at something that was so flawed. And I feel like that's what this is. This is HiFiman putting out a product. If you love it, if you are one of those people who's like, hey, this is my end game, please tell me why. Compare it to something else. What is this the closest to? I need to understand. I can only compare it to literally every fucking headphone on earth. And maybe that's my problem. Maybe because I know this and I know this. And let me see what else. The fucking will open back those, but those are too much money, so you're gonna have to compare. Oh, 82,000X's are great. Oh, Argons are fucking fantastic. There's like Sendy Ivas. And the Ivas are $500 when they're on sale. Shit on these. Why? Why do you love these? What's the closest proximity? Because I can accept weird headphones. All right? Night Owls were weird fucking headphones. But they did something that was different enough that they didn't offend me. I could still listen to them. I literally can't listen to these. I can't. I can't put them on my head and listen to them. Here, you want to see what's under the thing? You ready for this? Hold on. The fuck is that? The devil's asshole is underneath this thing. This isn't a design fucking feature. This is a fix. This is stock. What did you do, HiFiman? This is that guy coming home from Can Jam and going, oh shit, make it stereo. Just chop it in half with a saw. Okay, that. And it's that on the other side too. I wonder what like removing all of this would probably maybe do. Oh, another thing. Why the fuck are the mass drop HE4x's on Amazon Prime shipped? Did HiFiman fuck over mass drop? Because that'll be hilarious. Because the whole like they both have problems, and that's just great. I'm linking to that in the description. $150 even. Also, by the way, I hate that 99-cent crap. Oh, people will think it's cheaper for $149.99. Grow up. And people who actually think that, get the fuck out. Anyway. Sorry for shitting on your heroes here. Look, like I said at the beginning, this is the only set I can actually reference. And all I have is all of these amplifiers to try it on. With my music, which sprawls from fucking country to rap to... I'm not joking you, I have Jamaican steel drum Christmas. But maybe none of those are the genres that work perfectly with this. Maybe none of these amps are the amps that work perfectly with this. Maybe this pair is particularly damaged. But this is my story, and I gotta stick to it. And it'll live on the internet forever. So feel free to download that wallpaper. Like I said earlier, $2 patrons get every wallpaper. So vertical ones more likely for the phone when I review in the living room, things like that. You'll eventually get that wallpaper over that show. You want to talk about shows going to shit? As Your Lane, episode 8, made me want to vomit. From the design, from the drawings, it was just oh my god, the animation quality. Yeah, what was I saying? $5 patrons are going to be able to buy this in the yard sale. Buy it for whatever you want. Buy it and resell it. I don't care. It's a yard sale. If you live in Indonesia, you pay half shipping. If you live anywhere in the continental United States, whatever your bid is, and you have to bid an odd number, so like $123.41. If that's the high bid at the end of 10 days, it just gets shipped to you. You get charged on PayPal, it's shipped to you, no extra fees. If you live in Kazakhstan, you pay half the shipping. And then you could take this and sell it to your religious leader or whoever you want and have them have a bad day. Well, they won't know any better. If I had nothing else, if I was a starting out audiophile and I had no point of reference, I might think this is great. Oh, this is probably what's great. It's not. KPH 30Is will tell you that this is not what's great. Take those over these any day, and those are $20 right now. And they're not worth $20. They're worth like $100, but I'd buy them for $20. All right. Also the $10 tier, which is where all those people keep posting fucking measurements. Stop posting measurements. They mean nothing. Measurements are there for people who are designing the headphone initially to see if they could suss out any engineering problems. Once they're done, that is the artist's rendition of it. And although I will say some artists fucking suck and they need to have pad swaps done, shitty pads have no excuse. If I have 35 fucking... What am I saying, 35? I've got 100 pairs of pads that I could swap onto a headphone. If you're designing a headphone, HiFiman or Blon or fucking Neumann, and you don't have at least twice as many pads to just do testing, how about this one? How about this one? How about this one for comfort and sound? Then you're a bad company, and you should really buy my pads. Buy my pad pack. $5,000. I'll come and install all your pads. Anyway, so Patreon or some shit, wallpaper or some shit, sound demo or some shit. Hi-Fi guides. In the comments of this video, pinned will be the official thread for the HE5se's. Feel free to call me whatever you want in there, because I'd like to see it. In that place, I'll definitely get to see it, because I run that place. Anyway, that's all. I'm done with my rant. I feel much better now. Don't you all feel much better once I'm, like, enraged? I'm enraged because these are HiFiman and they're great. And these are HiFiman and they're shit. And these are blondes, and people aren't liking them as much as they should be. We done here? We done? Great. Now to take some downers.